body, move your body.
Thank you, DeepSeek. Hello, friends. Welcome back to episode 25 of TechTalk. I'm Michelle, and you already know that. I'm with my co-host,
Ryan.
Today, we're going to touch upon some hot topics in tech.
Yes, we are.
DeepSeek versus OpenAI.
Yes, there's been a lot of news lately. And I was even talking with Iguana Dan about this recently. About the stocks and everything that was plunging. So we're going to dive deeper into it.
Yeah, so if you've been paying attention to the stock market, you may have seen a little dip. Well, I don't know about you guys, so I had about $500 in cash, so I bought 4 shares of NVIDIA. I took advantage of this little dip here.
Yeah, but I decided to wait because I anticipate further plunging soon. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, we're not here to sell stocks.
Yeah, so you got us a BBC article that you want to dive into.
Yeah, so basically this article saying U.S. tech stocks steady after DeepSeek AI app shock. So there was a little bit dip of the stocks, but now it's coming back up again as people understand more of what this DeepSeek is about. Iguana Dan's so funny.
Yeah. So why are we going to dive in a little bit to why this happened? Or are we going to look through the article?
Yeah, the sell-off or...
Yeah, what was the sell-off all about?
So people basically are saying that the investors will naturally sell off some stocks when there's unstable factors occur, such as this unicorn startup company, DeepSeek, seemingly train AI models achieving similar, if not better results at a fraction of the price. So that's why the investors start freaking out a little bit. They sold off some stocks.
So in other words, the investors are upset about the fact that you have a company that can come in here, get better results, and not have to invest so much money.
Yeah.
And so therefore, all these other companies that are investing billions of dollars, they're not going to be able to make a profit because somebody else could come in for cheaper and just replace them.
Yeah, I think this article kind of talked about how many chips the DeepSeek is going to use achieving the same result. Oh, there it is. The Chinese company claims its model can be trained on 2,000 specialized chips compared to an estimated 16,000 for leading models. So this is how I think Sam Altman explained to me in a YouTube, not personally, but he just explained that we have OpenAI's models and different industries, let's just say pharmaceutical industries, they want to find targets to develop drugs. Now they can train one of the OpenAI's models to be specialized in that particular, so OpenAI's models have superior reasoning skills. Now you can fit in more information, tune it up to specifically meet the pharmaceutical company's needs. Now, DeepSeek can do it with only 2,000 NVIDIA chips compared to a 16,000, for example, from OpenAI. So that will drive the cost down, that will save energy used to train that model, which, energy now is a big concern, right? All these AI operations causing a lot of energy. So one ChatGPT search will cost 10 times the energy of a Google search. Yeah, so as you can imagine, we're always talking about we don't have enough energy. We're trying to replace it with the windmills.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for all that.
Okay, we're not talking about that.
No. We don't have enough energy for that.
Yeah, so DeepSeek sent shock waves to the Silicon Valley.
Yeah, they did. And then, what are the deeper implications that these things can be done without spending all this money and without all this infrastructure. And there was some recent Starlink or Stardust or Star whatever, like Elon Musk is trying to invest.
Yeah.
Or actually, he was poo-pooing the idea.
I think it's Stardust because I remember, oh, isn't that like where we eat food?
Yeah. But yeah, somebody said that they want to invest $500 billion in AI infrastructure. And so they're going to build in Texas and all these places, they're going to build these giant, data harvesting infrastructure and things like that. And then, Elon Musk was saying, these people, they don't have the money to do it. And then soon afterwards, DeepSeek comes out saying, you don't even need that money to do it. So it's really fascinating to see what's gonna happen.
So shall we look at some of people's opinions, or do you want to kind of dive a little bit deeper in how DeepSeek did it?
Sure. I mean, let's just see how they did it.
Yeah, so I found this article. It's like some sort of a publication, but it's like a blog. DeepSeek technical analysis. So DeepSeek uses multi-head latent attention as opposed to, I guess, some other model. And I was trying to find out what OpenAI used or what Google Gemini used, but I couldn't find it. It's because, obviously that information for those companies are proprietary, but DeepSeek is open source.
Yeah, so that's the other big debate, this concept between open source versus closed source. So the reason why DeepSeek's advancements made such shockwaves is because it's open source. Anybody's available to that information. And so then that's going to dramatically reduce profitability.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about like one key word is democratization of technology. And it's one YouTuber passionately, I think, spoke what a lot of people want to say. So basically, DeepSeek uses this multi-head latent attention transformer. So since I don't know what OpenAI or Google Gemini use to train their models, I'm just assuming here, let's say they use multi-head attention instead of multi-head latent attention. So what does that mean? So you can see first row is values, second is keys, and third are these queries. So I asked Google Gemini, can you give me an analogy on why multi-head latent attention is faster than multi-head attention? Use library, books, etc. as the analogy. So, I guess they're not talking about medical advice, but I think this still works. So the multi-head attention is like having to check every single book in the library to find the information you need. You go to each shelf, look at every title, and skim through pages until you find what you're looking for. This is time-consuming and inefficient.
Yeah, this is like an algorithmic approach.
Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, now Gemini Advanced default to the 2.0 Flash model instead of 1.5. So if you have Gemini Advanced, go check it out. So what DeepSeek uses is this multi-head latent attention. It's like having a librarian who is an expert in your topic. You tell them what you need, and they instantly guide you to the most relevant section, maybe even specific books or chapters. They've already done the work of organizing and indexing the information so you can find what you need much faster. So this is why DeepSeek is faster and using less energy. So let's say you try to research a topic. Imagine using ChatGPT hypothetically. You have to look through all the information. So they can put a lot of NVIDIA's chips to make looking through every book much faster, but that's consuming a ton of energy. But with DeepSeek, they section off the specialties, the expertise, right? You ask a question about finance, it only leads you to that finance section. So you're using a fraction of the NVIDIA chips to search for that information. So this is how I understand it.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. And I can see where there's an increase in the efficiency of it.
Yeah.
And the only thing that you might miss out on is some obscure analogy. In other words, if, like, an accountant is not going to be able to learn from a physicist. But that's a rare situation where that's actually going to be applicable.
Yeah, I mean, so for day-to-day use, right, I ask Gemini a lot of basic questions.
Yeah.
I just want a quick answer. I think that is very efficient. If I'm supposed to do a intersectional research between biophysics and genetics, I think it will be helpful to have the entire library. But I ain't about to do the entire work.
No, exactly. Where's our librarian, right? So, oh, yeah. And so, see, this is bringing back the importance of librarians.
Yeah.
They thought maybe they were going to be replaced, but no. They're being demonstrated as to how important they are.
Yeah. I'm actually getting more and more secure on the concept of human will never be replaced by AI.
Exactly. Because it's going to constantly need to be monitored. But that means humans that refuse to use AI in their lives, those are the people that may get replaced.
Yeah.
It's like, because you're going to be replaced by humans that are willing to use AI.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Constantly 10x, 20x our productivity with new tools.
Yeah. So just like people that refuse to get a cell phone, or people that refuse to get Easy Pass and things like that it became very hard for them to drive on the highways because it was Easy Pass across all 6 lanes. And then you're sitting there getting your change out.
Getting your map.
Yeah, and if you don't have a Google map, then you're driving with your map.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And, we're sorry if anybody does that, but...
You need to stop with this.
No, but I'm just saying...
You criticize me.
I know, but I'm only saying this, because we care about you all. And we want you to be... We feel like if you're not ready to move ahead with this AI stuff, you're going to fall further and further behind.
You know who will be laughing all the way to the banks is when, that Julia Roberts movie where the Teslas all crash into each other?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so when that day comes, if that day comes, the people who are able to drive with a physical map laugh all the way to the bank. Because I actually need to prepare myself for that. I need to understand how to read a map.
Well, that's the important. But see, here's the thing is, while you can use AI, you should ask it, help me learn how to read a map for when technology goes out for a week.
Oh, actually, that's a great idea. Maybe this can be what we do in our next podcast. Like we ask Gemini to come up with the ultimate end of the world scenario where all technology fails and like a game plan. How are we going to get water?
Yeah.
How are we going to get gas? How are we going to drive a car without Google Maps?
Yes. So you utilize the AI while it's available to learn how to protect yourself if it gets shut down.
Yeah, over reliance on technology, right? We still need to know, how am I going to, make potatoes if I need to.
Exactly. Potato.
Yeah, so there are a lot of people that have expressed their opinions on YouTube. So I watched one video from this guy, Sasha Yanshin, and he made a video called, "Oh no, China stole data from OpenAI." So this guy, I think he's pretty funny. So he basically said that, how did DeepSeek achieve building this model with such a low budget?
Yeah.
And so OpenAI, they scrape data from everybody. People that have done, so basically he said, oh, these people, they spend years doing research, and OpenAI just bam, take your result and train in the model. So now the model knows the data. They don't need to read your original research and stuff like that, right? And artists like OpenAI allegedly scrape data of like artists. I don't want to get in trouble or anything. I just heard that's what people think.
Allegedly.
So, but now what DeepSeek did is they asked, allegedly, OpenAI 1 million questions. So they just scrape, not OpenAI, ChatGPT 1 million questions, GPT-4.
If you think about it, that is their model. they, instead of asking all the textbooks, they ask the librarian, right?
Yeah.
So now the ChatGPT is the librarian.
Oh no! Yeah, and as you can tell from this guy's thumbnail, that he is not very sympathetic
To the people upset by it.
to OpenAI,
Exactly.
who are upset by this.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, boo-hoo!
Yeah, and
you scraped everybody else."
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that commentary, like on LinkedIn. Some people are complaining, oh, they stole this data. Well, it's like, what do you think these other people did, right?
Yeah.
So it's, and that has been a thing. And what's interesting is that on YouTube, for all of you YouTube creators out there, there's actually, in your YouTube studio, there's something that you can select to say, yes, I don't mind if people use my videos for their AI training. Or I think the default is no, I don't want you to use it.
Good.
But if you actually want it to be trained on it, then you can click yes. I was glad that the default was no.
Yeah.
Usually the default is yes, and you have to go in and change it. But right now the default is no. But if you do want your videos training models, then go ahead and switch that. Hey, there's our video.
Yeah, so I actually started research a little bit more about this DeepSeek CEO. I think he is 40 years old now. But originally he was poached by the DJI CEO. You guys know DJI.
The drones and the gimbals.
Yeah, the mic we're using is from DJI, right? So clearly very good tech.
Yes.
I like it a lot, very easy to use. But he wanted to do his own thing.
Yeah.
So he said his ultimate goal is to have AGI, artificial general intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's all of these AI people's goals.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fascinating to listen to them and what their ambitions are.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be current if we don't mention what happened right after the DeepSeek news is Alibaba released Quan 2.5 and
You just slide it over a little bit. Other way. Yeah. Alibaba 2.0, huh?
2.5.
Oh, 2.5.
Quan 2.5. So supposedly it already surpassed DeepSeek.
Yeah, so once again, there's a lot of competition. There's back and forth, binging and banging, but competition is always good. Because right now, for the pro model of ChatGPT, they're charging $200 a month, which is crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $200 a month for ChatGPT Pro. And at least with Gemini Advanced, it's just $20 a month.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting harder and harder for individuals to take advantage of it. It's almost like you need a enterprise subscription.
Yeah, you need the company. It's like and that's why potentially that's what they're going for. Like they're trying to market it to these pharmaceutical companies and schools and stuff like that. I think that the schools and all them should go with it instead of fighting against it. Like you can imagine a university could buy this bulk subscription and then give every one of their students a pro ChatGPT.
Yeah, where you log on to university library website and you can open a tab that's installed with some of these search engines models.
Exactly. And then that way the university can decide which one they want. All right, I want it from Google, and I'm going to empower the students to use Google. If they want to use OpenAI stuff, then they can buy that on their own, right? But the university is going to supply you with this, and then another university might say, no, we want to do OpenAI, and things like that.
Yeah, they can even start a new class, right? Compare results, like research a specific topic, compare results from Gemini 1.5 Pro, Gemini 2.0, and just your own Google search.
Yeah.
And like do your own Google search first, write an essay, and then
Do your own
research it
research.
with AI, and then fact check the AI results. I think this really helps with critical thinking abilities and reasoning skills.
Yeah, there has to be a course out there.
Yeah.
And we might even be thinking about making our own courses.
Yeah.
If that's something anyone would be interested in, because I signed up for
Skillshare,
and they allowed us to be a teacher.
Oh.
And so, yeah, we're thinking about putting together some online courses.
Yeah, just achieve everything you want with the help of AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to experiment on that. And I think I'm already a daily AI user, and I feel really empowered to achieve something I have very little expertise in with the help of AI.
Yes. That's what's really exciting about it, is that a lot of things you think, oh, I could never do this, or even when it comes to cooking something, I could never cook this, or I could never do that. You really can start eliminating that thought process from your mind. Like, there is no more, I can't do this. You can change that to, I can use AI to help me try to do this.
Yeah, just on like some simple topic like cooking.
Yeah.
So the way I think is, oh, I want to have this salad from this steakhouse, but I don't have, I mean, obviously making a salad isn't that complicated, but I don't have all these ingredients. So what I would do with Gemini is, but I don't have any of this. And Gemini would just synthesize that information and then use the limited ingredient and change the recipe, and I'm able to create something very similar to what I'm thinking about.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is the power of AI and just a very simple day-to-day example.
Yeah, and with the multimodal stuff, you could take an image of the recipe, like an image from the restaurant's online website, and then post that into the Gemini Advanced and say, you know, what do you see in this? And then they can list all the ingredients that they imagine.
Yeah.
So that's the power of the multimodal as well.
Yeah, and there's not so much of this personality resistance that it has to be done a certain way, or I don't have access to this ingredient, therefore I can't do this. Like,
Yeah.
Gemini does not have that mental limitations, which is a downfall for humans.
The humans, exactly. Humans can get discouraged easily.
I think that's all we want to cover today.
Yes, and that was exciting to see. And we're going to continue following the competition between all these different companies and everything that's happening with the advances in DeepSeek. One thing I just saw recently is that there's an advancement in the DeepSeek imaging generation. And that was something that I got into with on Stuart's stream, that one of his audience members started introducing to us the Bing AI image generator. And that was like over a year ago. And that was the first time I was just blown away by text to image generation. And then I know like Iguana Dan's profile picture there, that was one that we helped to generate with that website. And then like...
he still likes it.
Yeah. And CB's been doing these incredible
live stream,
thumbnails. The thumbnails are just amazing to see. It's like looking at artwork, you know, just when you're scrolling through your home feed and stuff like that. So it's fascinating. Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, that's been amazing. So then apparently they're trying to make one that's even more advanced and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of competition. And I like that each one has its positives. That eventually we're going to do a live stream or a stream where we're going to take the best components of each one. Because you've been using Claude recently.
Oh, yes.
Haiku, Sonnet.
Yeah, I'm someone who's very particular with my words. So I found Claude to be extremely tunable to like different wording, different tone I want to have, very fine-tuned.
Yeah, so And it makes sense if its models are written and described as poetry, you know, like poet, the name of different poetry formats. So that's likely going to be a good one for writing.
Yeah.
So people realize each one of these has this incredible strength. So Google Gemini, we found, has strength where it's really good at, it has high emotional intelligence. And safety, and it's good for dealing with like personal grievances.
We call it safety. Other people may call it censorship or whatever.
But Claude is really good for writing.
Yeah.
And then ChatGPT has its advantage. Like what I've learned is that it's really good for photography. It has incredible reason and knowledge in photography. And, you know, whatever. So, and then for me, the image is still the Bing, like that Microsoft Copilot, whatever it is, DALL-E. I feel like those are really good for image generation. I think
that's probably powered by GPT because you know Microsoft and
they teamed together.
Yeah.
Well, the Bing AI, whatever that was good, and so far Google Gemini not very good with the image generation.
Yeah, Gemini has been slipping a little bit. I do like the 1.5 Pro deep research function. Like that's, I feel like this one.
Yep.
1.5 Pro with deep research. So it takes a little time, but because it gives me all the references, I feel very trusting of its results.
Yeah.
And the references are live, not like ChatGPT in the past. It gave me a paper in publication. The paper does not exist.
Yeah.
It made it up.
Yeah. What I've found is that the advantage of the deep research is I actually find that what they synthesize in their writing isn't all that great. I feel like sometimes even their pro model is better if you just ask the question, but they'll give you up to 50 sources.
Yeah, I love
that.
And
you can go and click on those yourself.
Yes.
So it's like if you're just having to research, just type it in, you'll get your sources, and then you can go find them yourself, rather than having to Google all the different sources.
Yeah, the sky is the limit with these AI tools.
Definitely. So, all right, well, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for spending some time with us.
Yes. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Come on, come here, come a little closer. Don't be afraid, no, I don't wanna hurt you. Little more, come near, let me just show you. Don't know, can't talk, let me just show you. Don't be obsessive, it could be intensive, it could be explosive, it could be offensive. Don't be defensive, don't be aggressive, it will be a waste cause we could be expensive. You need a little fee in your life, you need a little me in your life. I wanna see the sea in your eyes, you need to be free. Hey.
Move, move, body, move. Move your body till you can move. Move, body, move. Move your body till you can.
You're running through my mind with a shotgun. I'm running out of time, but I'm not done. Yeah, I don't need to run, it will come to me. I don't need to fight, but I keep moving, keep moving. Even what I lose, yeah, I keep moving. Put on my shoes, yeah, I keep moving. There's no room to refuse. Don't you mess with us, we're not afraid. Look at us, no, there is nothing to discuss. I'm not okay, but I'll get up. I know the way, no, I won't stop. I know this game, I won't give up. It takes some time to reach the top. Let's take a break, here comes the drop. Don't be obsessive, it could be intensive, it could be explosive, it could be offensive. Don't be defensive, don't be aggressive, it will be a waste cause we could be expensive. You need a little fee in your life, you need a little me in your life. I wanna see the sea in your eyes, you need to be free.